The Milwaukee Bucks need to make a ton of moves this offseason, and they have a ton of questions going into this year's offseason. Here's what they need to do. And I'm also here with Hood Genius. If you guys haven't seen him on Twitter before, he's the D1 guy who goes ahead and goes in everyone's comments and crashes out. One of the guys on Bucks Twitter, Mount Rushmore. He's one of the GOATs, so if you guys don't know him, go drop him a follow on his YouTube channel and go follow his Twitter. He's a great guy. And yeah, like I said earlier, me and him are here to talk about all the Milwaukee Bucks problems, what they should do this offseason, and if truly they can go ahead and win a championship next year, and if they're going to be able to go ahead and contend for one. Because like I said, this year was a down year. There's going to be some changes made this offseason that me and Hood want, and I think that every reasonable Bucks fan want. But before the video starts, drop a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. Hood's Twitter and his YouTube channel is going to be in the description. If you want to see more content from him, that's there. Go subscribe to him. Like I said, he's a great guy. And let's get straight into the dang video. Okay, to start off the video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about these Dame and Giannis narratives, because you know what? I go on Twitter and I'm sick and tired of seeing, oh, Giannis is going to ask for a trade this offseason. He shouldn't be here. The Bucks should trade Dame. I saw that stupid Stephen A tweet that I almost lost my mind at.
Belief is that they should trade Damian Lillard. I know that's going to be very, very difficult to do.
I'm here to tell you guys right now, Giannis and Dame, they're going absolutely nowhere. This year was, of course, a year of just insanity, you know. Dame adjusting to a new area, going through 2 head coaches. This year was just like, on paper, it was just gonna be a mess. I feel like no matter truly what happened, just because of all the changes that we went ahead and made from the team that we had last year. Giannis just signed a contract extension last year. He is not going anywhere. I'm telling you guys right now, the people on Twitter that whip out the jersey swaps, stop pulling them out. And people that were saying we need to trade Dame, what would we get out of it? I genuinely want to know what we would get for Damian Lillard right now. I know he had a down year last year, but like genuinely, what would we get from him? Like, we're better off keeping him. There's no absolutely zero reason to go ahead and trade Dame. That's just honestly just so foolish, and I'm sick and tired of seeing the narratives. I for sure think with a full year in the Doc Rivers system next year, which I'm going to talk about Doc later, and also with playing with Giannis, I feel like Dame's going to be a different guy next year. You know, he's going to finally adjust to this, and I feel like everything's going to be right. But I'm telling you guys right now, I just want to talk about these narratives to start off the video. They ain't going nowhere. They're saying it's a Milwaukee Buck and they will be a Milwaukee Buck next year. Stop with these stupid narratives. And my boy Hood's gonna go ahead and talk about the players that need to get off this Bucks team next year.
I really appreciate Crumble for letting me come out here and collab with him. Man, let's get straight to it, bro. The people that I want gone, bro, this offseason is a lot of people, especially like people like Brooke, Pat, Bobby, Jay. Man, why is Pat Bev trying to leave, bro? I want him here, man. Bobby, Pat, and Brooke, your time has come. You guys are ass. You guys suck. You know what I mean, man? Brooke is just like, he's like a liability at times, bro. He can get like outpaced and people like young small guards, bro, they hit 80% of their floaters against Brooke. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? Bobby, you are just inconsistent. You're like Chris, but kind of worse. You know what I mean? You just are inconsistent as shit. Pat Connaughton, man, you disappointed me, man. You disappointed me, man. I hate to say it, but you are a Shanghai Shark next season. I don't know who's gonna take you next season, but it's not going to be us. You're definitely going to get a sign-in trade, and you're probably going to get bought out. Just a lot of people that I need, especially Jay. Jay, you are gone. 5 first-round picks, second-round. I don't give a fuck. You are gone. You are a lost cause. You suck. And I'm tired of people saying that you just need one more year, a redemption. Hell no. Hell no. Get the fuck out of my team. And then we do a little cool transition to you, Crumble, you know what I mean?
John Horst, man. I don't know what to do with you this offseason, because low-key, this might be your last year as the Bucks GM if you go ahead and mess up. So John Horst, when it comes to drafting, well, last year you had a great pick in the second round, Andre Jackson Jr., which Hood's gonna get into after this segment. Andre Jackson Jr., he's a great basketball player. He brings energy. He's a young guy. He can be one of the best 3-and-D guys in the league, which Hood's gonna talk about later. But his drafting mishaps, oh my god, this man, when it comes to drafting, it's terrible. He can't draft. Biggest example in this is 2020, all right? The Bucks got the 24th pick in the draft, and they go ahead and draft RJ Hampton and trade him to the Nuggets. You guys want me to tell you who went after that? After that pick, the Thunder went ahead, drafted Emmanuel quickly, traded him to the Knicks. After that, at 26, Celtics drafted Peyton Pritchard. At 28, Lakers drafted Jaden McDaniels and traded him to the Timberwolves. At 30, the Celtics drafted Desmond Bane, traded him to the Grizzlies. And then later on, the Kings drafted Xavier Tillman. Do you see what the problem is here? Yeah, yes, you could be like, oh, that's just like, you know, one thing, one little mess up. You know, there's a ton of great guys there, a ton of great guys in the draft that a ton of teams went ahead and passed up. He can't draft, dog. Let's go to the year after that. In the first round, we have the first pick. We drafted Isaiah Todd. Guess who else was in that draft? Herb Jones went in the second round. Ayo Doomsno, I probably said his name terribly wrong, but the guy the Bulls drafted, I pronounced his name wrong. I apologize. All great guys that would be great on this Milwaukee Bucks team. They all went too. John Horst was not cooking. And then the next year, we went ahead and drafted MarJon. Man, MarJon doesn't even get freaking minutes, dog. He doesn't even get minutes. I don't see bro on the court at all. It's actually so depressing. Bro is never on the court, like, ever in life. He's literally trapped on the bench, which Doc Rivers, I'm gonna get into later in your freaking rotations. But man, oh man, he doesn't even get time to play. As you can see by this, you know, John Horst, when it comes to drafting, he got a ton of mishaps. And that's another reason why I think this Buck team is, you know, lacking some depth right now. If you would have hit on some of these draft picks, the Bucks would be looking great right now. But instead, he wanted to draft RJ Hampton, when we could have got a guy like Jaden McDaniels, who would be perfect on this team right now. Could have got Aaron Wiggins, another guy that would be great on this team right now. Yes, I know some of the guys went in the second round. They weren't supposed to get drafted that high, but still, when it comes to being a GM, bro, and you're in a win now situation, you got to be elite at your job. You got to know how to draft, and that's something John Horst does not know how to do. And let's go ahead and have Hood talk about, you know, the young players on this Bucks team.
Yes, the young core, the Three Stooges. These guys are definitely a piece for the Bucks' future. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Ajax, Andre Jackson, AJ Green, MarJon Beauchamp. I'm talking about those three guys. I promise you, if you give them playing time, experience, and especially confidence, man, that's gonna be a deadly trio. Time will only tell, man. Especially Ajax, if he gets a consistent three-point shot, bro, he's probably gonna be one of the best 3-and-D players, if not the best. That's only time will tell. AJ Green, he's already the best 3-point shooter on the team. Let's be honest. He has a chip on his shoulder. Man, if he gets, oh my gosh, if he gets confidence, don't let that man get confidence. I'm joking. I need him to get confidence. But if you give him confidence, ooh my, we might just have ourselves another Klay Thompson. You know what I mean? MarJon, you know, this may be your sophomore slump. I know injuries got in the way of your, you know, playing time, shit like that. I'm giving you one more year. I promise you. If you do not exceed my expectations, and I don't know, I just don't know what's gonna happen.
Mr. Rivers, man, Mr. Doc Rivers, when we hired you, I almost cried myself to sleep. Why do we have him as our head coach? Because we had no other option. We went ahead and hired Adrian Griffin, went ahead and fired him. We stuck with Doc. I hate how people and Bucks fans are just like, oh, we gotta fire Doc, get rid of Doc. We're stuck with Doc, okay? He's coming back next year, and he might be coming back the year after that. We don't have a choice. When we hired this man and fired Griffin, we basically sold our souls to the devil of Doc Rivers. We're stuck with him. There's no way out of this. I don't know exactly how long Mike Budenholzer's contract lasts, but yeah, we're still paying him. We're still paying Adrian Griffin, and now we're paying Doc Rivers. So what you're telling me is if we went ahead and fired Doc, we'd be paying 4 head coaches. We're not paying 4 head coaches. That's just all around absurd, paying 4 head coaches in the span of 1 year. You know how much money that is getting spent on head coaches, and 3 of them aren't even coaching the team anymore? That's absurd. Yes, Doc rotations are garbage. They're garbage. I'm sorry to tell you, they're garbage. And I know that might be a little harsh on Doc for a guy, you know, coming in mid-season during one of the hardest road trips of the year with a lot of old players, and not a young and athletic players. But hey, listen to my point right there. Not a lot of athletic players. Doc, man, you gotta play the athletic young guys next year. I know you got a vendetta against rookies, but it looked how long it took for Andre Jackson to finally go ahead and get minutes. You see how long it went ahead and took? He had to have his whole rotation out basically for him to go ahead and get minutes. And then he had 1 turnover in a playoff game at the beginning of the game. He was hooping, and then he had 1 turnover. He didn't see the court for the rest of the game pretty much. Like, how are you gonna try to give these players confidence when you just have 1 turnover, you kick them out? Like, it's not the end of the world. I get it. It's a playoff game. You're trying to win. But Andre Jackson, he brings that young energy that these players on this team don't have right now. We're old. We're up there in age. We need young guys leading this team. Because as we saw in that playoff series versus the Pacers, they'd cook us on every play. Why? They're younger and they're faster. Their transition offense was going insane on us, and our transition defense was absolutely garbage. Why? Because we can't catch up with them. We can't stay on the same pace that they're at. And I'm telling you, Doc, you got to give AJ Green minutes, you got to give Andre Jackson minutes, and you got to give MarJon minutes, just like Hood said. A choice. They could be the future of these role players on this team. You have to give them minutes, Doc. If not, dog, I don't even know, because we're stuck with you. We can't fire you. And we're gonna have my boy Hood talk about some load management with some of these players.
We need to be doing, since our core is getting a little older and we don't have as many choices and chances we could get. I'm thinking about load managing all three of them. You know what I mean? Chris, Dame, and Giannis. Last season, we haven't load managed shit. We did not let Giannis rest. We didn't let Dame rest. The only times we let them rest was when they got injured. When they got actually injured. Chris, he was coming in and out. You know what I mean? He was coming in and out. And I definitely need all three of them somehow to load manage. This season, bro, it was just all over the place. We had times where we looked like a championship level team. Other times we looked like a G League team. And other times we looked like one of the worst teams in the league. Like, bro, we're worse than the Wizards. We lost to the fucking Wizards. We lost to the Grizzlies. We lost to the Raptors. Bro, the worst teams in the league we have lost to, simply because we didn't know how to load manage and we didn't have chemistry. You know what I mean? Next season, it will definitely come. It will come a point where people will start to fear the actual deer. You know, that's all I gotta say, man. Appreciate my boy Crumble for letting me come out here. Hey, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Of course, follow me on Twitter. I be in there 24/7. Matter of fact, fuck, we be there 25/8, you know. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Peace.
In conclusion, as you guys can see, the Milwaukee Bucks are in a terrible situation, and I'm not happy about it whatsoever. And Hood ain't happy about it either. So I'm here to conclude this video on basically everything that's happened. Giannis and Dame, they are staying. Players that need to be gone this offseason. Brooke Lopez, Pat Connaughton, please get off my basketball team. And Jay Crowder, please get off my basketball team. Hood wants Bobby gone because he's inconsistent, but I would low-key be okay with keeping Bobby, so I'm cool with that. John Horst can't draft. He can't draft, so I'm not looking forward to getting anything out the draft. I don't know how we got Andre Jackson Jr. That's the only pick he was cooking with. Doc Rivers, he's stuck here. He's not going nowhere. So people would think we can fire Doc Rivers. No, he's stuck here. We're stuck with the notorious 2008 championship he got carried by the freaking Celtics super team. He ain't done nothing since then. The notorious choker. Low-key, we probably should start loading managing our players, even though you aren't supposed to do that anymore technically, since they cut down on that and Kawhi had to play all his games last year. We need to do it because Giannis and Dame, they were hurt for too much of the year. And especially when Giannis got hurt at the end of the year, like, why is bro even playing and we're up like 15 points on the Boston Celtics? Like, come on now. So yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks, they got some problems. They got some big problems. They need to be fixed this offseason. Yeah, dog, it's low-key GG Raps, bro, and I don't want it to be GG Raps. Y'all should have saw my reaction when we traded for Dame. I thought we actually just won the chip. Apparently this team had more problems that low-key need to get solved this offseason, or else, dog, we about to go back to one of the worst teams in the league. We about to be on the same level as the Washington Wizards, and I don't know if I want to watch Bucks basketball on Washington Wizards level, even though that's pretty much what I watched this year. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. Go follow Hood's Twitter, his YouTube channel, like I said, in the description. I appreciate y'all for checking out this video, and I will see you guys in the next one coming out later this week.